At GitLab, the windows stay closed because all Windows operating systems are forbidden there. If you don't know GitLab, the company started in 2011 as a web application for version management with Git. It is a bit of a competitor to GitLab, but GitLab is more open and flexible. The software is open source and allows the user to choose whether they want to run it themselves on their own servers, or instead use the cloud services provided by the company behind it. Over the years, it has been greatly expanded in terms of functionality and has now become a complete development platform, project planning, development environment in the web browser, software management with C and CD, wikis and many other functions have been added. This video is not about the GitLab software, but about a document from this company that describes how employees can get a notebook as a work device. It is a kind of employee handbook. It says how employees can apply for one, how an update or exchange is possible, and so on. The point about laptop configuration is interesting. It describes which manufacturer and which operating systems are supported. It is not unusual that many companies do not want to have too much proliferation in their devices. But here it is noticeable that only Linux and Mac OS, Apple devices, are approved and supported. It is primarily about security and costs. Here, employees not only have the option of working with Linux, Windows is even expressly forbidden. In the meantime, GitLab has revised the page somewhat. For example, you can apply for a Windows VM in exceptional cases. But here it is only about support for individual use cases. Daily work with it is expressly not permitted. Furthermore, you should preferably use Windows without a desktop environment, if you then have to use it absolutely. And what exactly is being offered? At the moment, the only choice for hardware is Dell. They are a real pioneer when it comes to Linux on desktop systems. As early as 2007, they started to deliver Linux pre-installed on their computers. Customers could thus save the Windows license, which is otherwise included in the purchase price. And the functionality with Linux is guaranteed. Another reason for GitLab is that the employees work in home offices all over the world, and Dell is so well represented that they deliver to all countries. The employees can choose their own device. The price limit for the notebook is set by Apple, and since Apple is known to charge lavish prices for their hardware, you can also get a very well-equipped device from Dell for this. With the GNU Linux distributions, on the other hand, employees have much more freedom. Ubuntu, Debian, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, Alma Linux, Rocky Linux and Fedora are officially supported. Mint, NixOS and Popos, on the other hand, are not, but these three have already been tested unofficially by other employees. So here, it is written to be open to trying something new when a new employee says, "I'd like another distribution that I already know and would like to work with." I think the 6 pieces in the official selection are already plenty. I would be satisfied with that. In GitLab's manual, there are more pages that compile useful tools and tips around Linux. In it, for example, the version manager ASDF is recommended, through which you can install command number tools centrally and also use them in different versions. Does the whole thing make sense? You may now ask. In summary, Microsoft has long been conspicuous for serious security flaws. This applies both to the Windows operating system, but also to the group's applications that you install on top of it, such as Office and everything in it, Outlook and co. It doesn't look much better with their cloud services such as Azure and Microsoft 365, formerly Office 365. Even there, the group has already shown several times that security is not a priority. The poor quality of Microsoft software is therefore the main reason why companies and also private individuals are constantly being successfully attacked. And for some years then mostly a total loss is the result of it. The Indian government has recognized this long ago, and therefore switched from Windows to GNU Linux for security reasons. There are many examples where Microsoft has compromised the security of their customers in various ways. And other issues like dependency are not even included. So it is perfectly logical and understandable that a company does not want to be dependent on Microsoft, but prefers to be independent of this corporation. There are large corporations that have been doing this for a long time. At Google, for example, no one would think of paying a bunch of license fees to Microsoft so that sensitive information could end up flowing to another company via telemetry and other surveillance techniques. Plus, the dependence on price increases, for example. What do you think about this? Feel free to write it in the comments. Bye, see you next time.